everyone, and welcome to episode 20 of the What the Sheep podcast. I can't believe we're already on episode 20. This is actually insane. It goes by so fast, really. Tonight, we will be discussing episode 108 of Campaign 2 of Critical Role, and joining me, as always, are my fabulous friends, Phil and Alana. Thank you all for joining us, where we will be gushing and just having our minds blown over the chaos.
Minds.
Yeah.
Losing our minds.
Because let's be honest, Starting off, I didn't know what to fully expect from TravelerCon, right? And you know, I think it exceeded my expectations. I think.
Yeah.
I am quite satisfied with TravelerCon 3000. Also, as you may notice, we tried to go for a TravelerCon theme with our outfits by wearing green. Alana definitely beats us, I think.
Yeah,
this is the only green thing I have. This is the only green shirt I have.
I need a green.
And I have a green screen, but I guess I could put that behind me.
And I am wearing green and illuminated by green, but it's in the dark, so it's kind of dark green.
Really green in the lighting I have.
There. That's a little bit more green.
Yes, more green.
And I was going to wear green for my Aftermath episode earlier today, but then I was like, wait, I use a green screen for that, so I'm just going to be like a floating head if I do this. So we'll just stick with this. So yeah, I mean,
nothing wrong with floating heads.
There was a lot. There was a lot this episode.
Yeah.
And I think we can start off by during their TravelerCon Eve festivities, Ford, Caduceus, and Bo sort of went off to the side and had a little conversation away from the group where they were sort of talking about how they feel about the Traveler. Because, I mean, they've talked about it before. They're not a fan of the Traveler. But it was just kind of cute seeing them be so, like, passionately defensive of Jester. Being like, listen, we're all in agreement that if the Traveler does some, like, fucked up shit, we're gonna kick his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those moments. It's like solidarity amongst a team. If you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Yeah.
It's true, because they hadn't really had a chance to talk about the Traveler without Jester there, so it was kind of like... Caduceus was like, I'm concerned, like, oh yeah, no, we all are. We're all concerned.
Right.
It's like, oh good, it's good. Yeah, so that was nice. But yeah, it's stuff.
And we had Caleb full of energy because he was super drunk, and he was like
alcohol.
super talkative, wanting to dance, and it's like, yes, Caleb. Good job.
Dancing Caleb more.
Yeah, we need to
his conversation afterwards then with like Bo and Yasha and Veth though, when he's like, oh, this could be our last night.
Yeah.
Like, what? What does that mean? Are we gonna die?
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
He's like, no, this last night on the island.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything you say sounds foreboding and dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it to Caleb to be the unintentional Debbie Downer in that situation.
But I enjoyed that they had that conversation of what are they going to do next, and they had that a few times in the episode.
Yeah, that seemed to be like a reoccurring theme, because I mean that's been a reoccurring theme in this podcast, because we've always been bringing up like, what the heck are they going to do after TravelerCon? Since I mean, for the time being, it seems like a lot of the stories for now are, you know, there's no like loose ends to an extreme extent.
No pressing issues.
Yeah. So it's interesting, and it makes sense that was like a main topic of last night's episode. I'm just like, guys, what are we gonna do? Like, is this the end? Is this it?
Yeah, that was concerning.
Yeah.
Them talking about like what happens after the Mighty Nine, but I feel like the major consensus for everyone, except maybe Caduceus, was like, and Veth, like, but let's stick together.
Yeah.
Let's stay together. But I could see Caduceus leaving at the end and Veth leaving at the end.
Yeah, there was a few of them. There was that suggestion was implied. It's like, oh, well, I might go do this. And on the edge of that, there's like, but hang on, if you do that, then that's going to lead to that, which means you're going to leave the group. So what are you going to do? Are you going to make a new character? Why? Are you going to come back? I am expecting one of them to do a Scanlan, Terry and Darrington scenario. Maybe not as in such a dramatic way. Hopefully, I pray not.
Hopefully
But
not.
yeah,
Well,
Molly is a possibility. I think could come back and still
We were
bite us. I'm
saying,
still
like-
convinced with Molly, but
We were saying, like, that's what we thought Veth was going to, what Sam was going to do, like, because it would make total sense for his character at this point to say, okay, well, I'm done, I'm going to stay with my family. But the conversation about, you know, like being a working mum, like being able to teleport back in whenever they need to, I think that kind of changed her mind a bit. She was thinking about it a bit more.
yeah.
And maybe didn't think of that as an option, but that'd be cool. She'd stick around but still go back every so often. But how often can they go back when they're on a mission and on a arc?
True. But I mean, even if it's like a, you know, an hour visit, you know, stop by for dinner and then go back.
Tiamat brought up a really good point about how, like, Beau's admission of, like, fear of abandonment. Because that was good. We kind of got, like, extra information about her decision with the hag, or her choice with the hag, why she was kind of offering up what she did. And yeah, I thought that was really good. Like, that idea of being able to control your exit is really I think really fundamental to Beau's character, in the sense that she likes to be in control. She likes to have that bit of control because she never really had that growing up or anything like that. But it's so sad to see it manifested in her control of leaving the Mighty Nine. But I like that she got a chance to kind of explain it more, and just, you know, verbalize how she feels about the Mighty Nine, all the while making drinks behind a counter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
on
the
brand.
Borobar.
On brand.
Yeah.
For Beau.
The fucking Borobar. That was
Borobar.
inspired.
Borobar.
A fucking Borobar.
Fucking Borobar.
I'd go there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the bars in Critical Role Land, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It better.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll censor it for the kids, but
Yeah, there'll be the leaky nip, the fucking Borobar. Yeah.
Oh god. Oh, I forgot about the leaky nip. Oh no. Jesus. But one thing that an interesting parallel that I saw that Ford sort of brought up was like an IRL comparison, where Ford was like, you know, I was doing fuck all before I found the Mighty Nine. So I don't know what like my life has changed so drastically before that. And I thought that was an interesting parallel, because we always talk about, as critters, like, man, I don't know what I would be doing without Critical Role. So that's kind of how that's kind of like where Ford's mental was, where he was like, man, I don't know what I would be doing if I never found the Mighty Nine. And now I feel like I have like a maybe not a clear path, but I feel like collectively we will do the right thing or create goals together and create like a sense of purpose and drive.
I like that his thing was like, he wants to go out and help people. He wants to go where he's needed. Which is then kind of like voiced or like shadowed, I guess, that point by Caduceus later, saying like, oh, someone prayed for a miracle and you were there. God, I love that. I love that connection between the two of them. So
I actually recorded my reactions for the entire episode. I have so many timestamps, because there were so many just great moments where I was just like almost crying. That was one of them.
So good. Yeah. But no, I love that relationship between Ford and Clay, and I just love that he is kind of, well, it's going to be interesting to see what oath he takes. To see kind of how seriously
He took a third level. He took a third level in Paladin.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. We can maybe talk about that at the end, what we think he might take. But what else happened towards the start?
There was
so many little
there were a lot of like side conversations. I think another big one early on was Jester and Caduceus having their like joint commune.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I feel like I was trying to think, because sometimes I think what characters don't interact that much. And I know like they're both the clerics, but I feel like they don't interact all that much.
Yeah.
And there's a few others like Caduceus and Veth don't really interact that much. Caduceus and but no, it was so nice just to see them do cleric stuff together and be together. And then I was even a little disappointed that she kind of pranked him because he's so of like I don't want to say gullible, but he's so kind of trusting, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like given how high Caduceus' passive perception is though and insight, I feel like he probably knew what was going on. Yeah. But he knows Jester, and so he kind of just let it go.
Man, but no, that was great. Them trying to commune with the Moonweaver, and then it just not working.
Yeah. Like, I didn't expect it to, but it would have been cool if something happened.
No. Yeah. It was wonderful seeing drunk Faye.
Oh yeah.
Stumbling up the path.
Yeah.
He was I think I read like somewhere Matt has been playing Artigan the past 2 episodes like a lot more kind of laid back, even though he's suggestions of sacrifice and all this sort of stuff. I don't know if it was like him trying to make him seem less creepy because a lot of people were creeped out by him, but he definitely was a lot less creepy.
I kind of got that sense. Like he felt more like relatable. He felt more human. He felt like we could actually understand where he was coming from and all this craziness.
So I enjoyed that. He was just a drunk guy with crazy powers.
Yeah.
But no, that was very fun.
But it kind of made me a bit nervous because the past couple episodes Artagan has disarmed me. I've started to like him more and more and stuff.
Yeah.
But in this episode, it was kind of creeping back in where I was like, oh, is he really honest and all this stuff?
So many times where it's like, he's tricking them. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tricking them. No.
Yeah.
Like I started to like him, but I've always kind of liked him, but I've never really trusted him.
Right. Yeah.
And I've never mistrusted him more than this episode until halfway through.
Yeah.
In which case I was like, oh, okay.
But then Matt increased the mystery behind what he was actually going to be doing, because then Caduceus, one of his questions was, is the traveler being reasonably honest with what he wants to do? And the Wildmother was like, I got no idea, man. I don't know.
I don't fucking know. You can just see the Wildmother just lounging in the woods so much
I don't know.
I thought Caduceus was linking together the dream they had and the traveler, and he's like, there's got to be some link here. The traveler's got to be connected to this city. And after 3 dreams in a row, I think he was starting to get a bit freaked and go, okay, this isn't going away. It's going to continue. I have to solve this. It's my job to fix it.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit apprehensive for Caddy. I think he's going to be in a bit of a traumatic potential experience point where it's going to be difficult for him to deal with it all. Thankfully, he's got friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see him sad.
No, we don't want to see him sad.
He's sweet. We're going to protect that people.
Yeah.
But I guess going back a little bit, back to Veth, Yasha, Bo, and Caleb's conversation talking about what they all want to do. Caleb making it very clear that he wants to go back to the Empire to finish what he hopes to start, which is essentially rooting out the corruption and the evil of the Cerberus Assembly.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting how he said he obviously wants the entirety of the Mighty Nine to come with him, but he specifically said, I want Veth and Bo specifically to come back with me. Which I thought that was an interesting choice. Obviously makes sense. I mean, it seems like he's the closest with Veth and Bo, Veth in particular, and then Bo has her insane skill set that would be perfect for what Caleb hopes to accomplish.
I love that he called them his best friend and his partner.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
But what does he hope to accomplish? Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're right. I think he wants to get rid of the Cerberus Assembly, or at least he wants to get rid of some of them.
So he's going to take Veth's skill set and Bo's skill set in order to achieve that? That's not going to have a happy ending. It's going to be brutal and sneaky and death. He's looking for assassins.
not to jump ahead, but when they're talking together as the whole Mighty Nine, they're talking about, because that was one of the things, like, oh, let's become secret agents and
Yeah.
infiltrate the. But I think because Caduceus said, there's things I won't do, like he had apprehension towards it, and Kaz said, well, I just want to learn first. I want to know what we're
Yeah.
doing, which is really nice for the Mighty Nine to think a little bit before
Yeah.
jumping in. Although to be fair, the Mighty Nine do think a lot before they jump in. They just then never really use the things they think about.
Yeah.
So,
It never goes to plan based on what they've discussed.
yeah, but I could see this as being like a real fact-finding kind of mission to see who's trustworthy in the Cerberus Assembly, who can we kick out.
Yeah.
And I think the ultimate goal is obviously to get. Like, I'm not even sure if it's like revenge at this point for Caleb. Like, revenge seems obvious against Trent, but it could also be like just retribution. Like, he just wants to make it even. He just wants to stop it from happening again. But I don't know if we'll get that kind of really angry Caleb, like going ham wild on Trent. I think there'll be a fight against Trent, but
Yeah.
and there'll be like some really poignant lines from Caleb, but I'm not sure if we'll get like the whole like, hold me back sort of thing.
I would kind of like that.
I don't know, it'd be awesome.
I would like it.
I think Caleb's kind of, I don't know, it might be different once they start fighting him and things happen, but I agree, D'Artone the Third. Kill Trent is my motto.
Yeah, that's
Trent's
a good
got to
motto.
die, one way or the other. Trent's got to die.
Yep. Or what if Caleb pulls like an Aang, and he has the chance to kill Trent, but then he like forgives him and finds some way to sever his tie to magic and the weave and all that stuff, so he can't hurt anyone again.
Interesting. I feel like, what if he pulled a Simba
Burn him.
and he takes away his power and throws him to all the Volstruckers and like the hyenas.
Oh yeah, pull like Scar and the hyenas. Ooh.
I think Caleb would just burn him to ash. Just complete inferno, death, fire that never goes out. He's forever burning. He never actually dies. He just screams forever. You can make a bonfire out of him. Yeah, people can come and like warm their hands on him.
Ooh, that's a cool idea. Jeannie's Pool says, Paul, does Trent have a clone?
I would be interested to know if Trent is aware of Halas and if they've maybe had some kind of a correspondence, because Halas was working on clones of himself.
Yeah.
So it's definitely in the realm of possibility. I don't know if he was ever successful.
Delilah Briarwood had a clone.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. That's how she managed to come back.
I totally forgot about that.
Right? Am I misremembering that?
I thought he just made a new body for her. I don't know.
Oh, Trent is human. I was thinking of Ormid, because Ormid's the Earth.
Hey, Lynn. Hey, Lynn, do you know? No, she had clones. Okay. Lady Purple said she had clones.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she had clones. And she was like, because it was Ripley who was a part of the Cerberus Assembly, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, she was connected somewhere with Ripley, so there's that magic.
Do you think, because Ripley had a patron, right? Because Ripley was a warlock, or
Ripley made a deal with what was its name?
Orthax.
Orthax. Yeah.
Orthax.
After it left Percy,
right,
she became a warlock. Oh, whatever. With Orthax.
And Orthax was killed or banished back to wherever he came from?
Ripley was killed and their tie was severed. I don't know what happened to Orthax. He might have been banished. I think it's hard to kill a demon. Well, they killed the demon on their material plane, so either way, it's probably back in the abyss. Yeah, Ripley was a wizard gunslinger multi-class. There you go. I think
Ripley also had Dwendal on her list.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, so that'd be cool if we got some like Ripley lore once they head back to Rex and Truman.
Yeah, there's there's so much intrigue surrounding the assembly and like the like King Dwindle and like the upper echelon of
and that was interesting. Caleb said, like, I don't know how much Dwindle knows.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting if they try to go that route and because they mentioned keeping it above board and doing it all legal. Like if they try to get King Dwindle to get rid of the Cerberus Assembly, that would be interesting because that would go underground.
I feel like King Dwindle might the seed for suspicion may have already been planted because of Vence, because Vence was the assistant or whatever to Ludinus, and then he was convicted of working with the Angel of Iron. So King Dwindle might already have a few other of the members on his radar, just as like I wonder if there's anyone else that's up to some shenanigans.
Because there's I can't remember what it's called now. It's in the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. He has like his own spy network and everything that's separate to the Volstruckers and the Cerberus Assembly. So I wonder if he's got them. Oh, I think the thing that's mentioned though, the fact that they don't trust each other. Those two sides, those two kind of groups, really don't trust each other. I'm just trying to look up what it's called. Someone's probably going to beat me to it.
I've got a question for you, Alana. In the last week, you showed us a magnificent video of you reacting to Keyleth. I noticed on your channel that you haven't actually released a video for the last month, so maybe it is time to show the critters your wonderful reaction. No, you don't want to?
I can. My thing with that is, and it's kind of like a silly reason, but I'm a high school teacher, and if I release a video of me crying on the internet, it's going to destroy any cred I have with the students.
your street cred.
No, it shows you're human. It shows that you have.
They will use it against me.
Okay, yeah, point.
I can share.
Well, I liked it. I thought it was a very human.
Oh
it's a very human moment.
This is crying on YouTube. Yeah. I can share it with the Twitch chat. As long as you guys promise not to share it with anyone else.
No, I'm sorry I even suggested it. I didn't think that far ahead.
Anyway, I'm making a new one.
You don't have to share it.
Well, now I feel pressured to, so I'm going.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not trying to peer pressure you into doing something. I just thought it was wonderful, and I enjoyed the feedback I got from mine, so I thought you might enjoy it. But
there it is. It's in the chat. I've got to make another one because I recorded myself again this week, and there's a certain thing that happens where I'm just like, like, you can see where my eyes are looking on the screen, and I'm just like darting across the screen. I freak out. When we get to that, I'll tell you what it was. But holy crap!
Yeah,
it's fun to psychoanalyze your own reactions. You're reacting to your own reactions. It's a very surreal experience, but quite cathartic at the same time.
Yeah. I'm going to point out, Arflux said, if I found my teacher crying online, I'd have to tell other people. So,
yeah, point.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But another thing that Caleb sort of subtly hinted at was that he feels like the peace talks aren't the end of the dynasty versus the empire. So that's still like a looming, I wouldn't say threat, but it's still something they have to pay attention to just in case things get out of hand again, because the Empire does still have a beacon. They do still have a beacon.
There is a loose end in that entire plot thread of Essek, in that they haven't cleaned away Essek. They know, I mean, they were collaborating with Essek, so they know that their plot could be brought out into the open unless Essek is taken care of.
I think he would be... Well, but there's also, I think, Ludinus was kind of, I feel, suggesting that they want to continue sharing research, because Essek is, he's not a follower of the Luxon. He's someone that wants to study it and understand it.
Yeah, he's naive by comparison to their Machiavellian plots and shenanigans.
Yeah,
he might not even see it coming.
But I feel like it would be kind of a huge waste of resource if they just tried to kill him because he might talk. I mean, if they kill him, who's to say he doesn't have what's it called when you have things ready in case you die? Like,
Well, he'll just come back, won't he? In
it
another
might have
form.
like.
It'll just take 13, 14 years for him to remember what he learnt before he died.
They'd have to kill him away from a Luxon.
Well, I hope Essek doesn't die.
Let's just pause and think.
Yeah, I do as well. I'm just thinking, like, okay, if Essek is invited to tell Dore where there are no Luxons, that could be bad.
Well, there is though. Oh, Taldora, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What's the range on these things?
I can tell you, it's in the Wild Mount guide.
Yeah, Essek isn't consecuted, so if Essek dies, he's a goner. Unless he's like a secret lich in disguise.
I thought Essek was consecuted.
No, he said he was.
Oh, he lied.
He lied. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I missed that entirely.
Yeah.
Well, it was like it was a Talks Machina comment that Matt made saying like, oh yeah, no, he lied about that. So I don't think it's being brought up in game.
Why would you lie about something like that? I can't be killed. Test it if you want. Okay.
Yeah.
You're dead.
He said we could test it.
But yeah, I don't know if it's been brought up in game yet, but it was in Talks Machina that Matt confirmed that it was a lie.
Speaking of
why would Matt tell us something out of character? He's not done that before, has he?
I think he said because it was... I'd have to rewatch the episode and find the episode, but I think he said it was something along the lines of it was kind of not... It wasn't a big deal that he wasn't. It was kind of like he was just trying to raise clout or something.
Yeah.
It was the Fireside Chat. The Fireside Chat. He said.
Oh, the Fireside Chat where Matt and Marisha burned their house
down.
down?
And Marisha's like, what? Like, she's like, that's huge. But, yeah. Yeah, his house was on fire. Like, give him a break.
Okay, yeah.
I guess moving on from Traveler Con Eve, unless there was anything else that happened that night.
Yeah. Ford and Bo's talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty special.
Pretty heavy.
It's pretty special.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And look, I know a lot of people were upset and there was a lot of discourse, a lot of healthy discourse, a lot of, I had to turn Twitter off at some point, but because all ships are welcome here. But at the same time, I'm just excited to see Travis trying romance in D&D. And I've thought it for a long time, but if he's going to do it, it makes sense for him to want to do it with his actual real-life partner. If that's not something he's super comfortable with, why not do it with your actual wife? So I'm kind of just excited to see that role-play aspect of Travis come out.
Yeah. It was nice.
So that was really sweet, his conversation about Jester.
It was really nice hearing hearing him talk about his emotions and feelings towards Jester, because this is the first time he's ever talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Jester has talked about it with a few people in the past, and we never really knew what Ford was thinking about Jester after everything that's happened, so it was nice to finally hear him sort of explain his thought process and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah. And we got, some pretty strong confirmation of Boyasha as well, which I thought was nice.
Yeah.
Some sweet clarification.
Kind of feeling so obvious for the past few episodes.
True. Yeah. But it's always good for them to talk about their feelings, because it makes them real. Yeah, from day one. Love at first sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was making that video last week, I could see that I was rewatching the first episode, and all of the lines that Bo was coming out with, I was like, oh yeah, she's flirting there. I didn't realise that at the time.
But speaking of Boyasha,
yes,
as I mentioned last week, we are going to be doing a fan art section where we pick a few different pieces of art and just gush about them, talk about them, fawn over them, and all that stuff. And so we'll go with mine first, because mine is on the topic of Boyasha. So here we are. I will transition into our fan art screen. Dun da da dun. We have this fabulous art by @PaintingWithRue on Twitter.
Wow.
I love this moment from a few episodes ago where Yasha's maiden flight with Beauregard.
That one's
And
great. I missed that one.
This one's super adorable. I love the colors. I love the way the wave or like the water is like almost behind them like as a wave. The wings are gorgeous. The sunlight behind them. Oof.
That's
The
so
way they're
cool.
looking at each other. Oh.
Can I just say how much I love Bo's coat? Like
Yeah.
a woolen on the inside. It's so cool.
Yeah. I love this one. So good. So good.
I love the detail that they all put into Yasha's armor. I think her
Yeah.
armor's epic.
Yeah.
I really want to
Looks
set.
super cool.
Prior to I don't know, it was almost as if before Ashley was away doing blind spot or whatever, they didn't really focus on her artwork or to the extent that they have done now. So I feel like I've got a better image of her.
Mm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The color on that is so bright as well. Like, often Yasha's painted quite dark, or like drawn quite dark.
Yeah, it's very
It's so
vibrant.
nice to see her, like, radiant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more angelic rather than dark, depressing, skeletal sadness.
It's really cool.
No, but
I'll be interested if they ever do like is Phil still there? Okay.
Yeah.
When Phil's screen goes dark, he just disappears completely.
Yeah.
When
Sorry.
No, you're right. I like the idea of like if they ever do like another shopping like changing outfits episode, if like Yasha comes and she's just got like a little splash of color or something. That would be really cool.
I'm just getting their Twitter handle real quick so I can post that in chat.
Yeah, that's the one that I like. I've just posted to you.
Man, so cool.
Yeah. So here it is.
Thanks for
Go
me too.
go follow them. This is a beautiful piece of art. They deserve some recognition. But now we talked a little bit previously about this strange vision they've had and how Molly might come back. And so I feel like Alana's pick for art
I love it so much.
fits that very well. So here we are. Here is the art that Alana has picked. By @apricots_in_dots on Twitter. Beautiful.
I love
Amazing. Perfect.
This artist, so it's apricots and dots, but it's, well, we say apricots here, but it's apricots and lemon dots is like how kind of I know them. They are wonderful. You need to go check out their stuff. They do all this amazing series of Molly and Caduceus' family, like this little comic kind of strip about how Molly's trying to break into the grove and the Clay's just like, no, get out. It's really adorable. They do amazing little claybees, like Caduceus made as a baby drawings. They're wonderful. They've got a great sense of humor, and I just saw that. I was like, holy crap, that's amazing.
I laughed out loud. Like when you sent me this, where you're like, this is what I'm choosing. I was like, this is absolutely amazing. It's like so on brand for Molly to like see them and just be like, what the fuck are they doing here?
I just love his face, like just the mouth, like,
like what?
Yeah.
That can't be them. There's no way. Or well, Molly technically doesn't know Caduceus, but he sees Bo and is like, wait, what?
Yeah. No, I love it. It's perfect. It's so good.
Yep.
Go check them out. They're amazing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Transitioning back. Ooh, easy.
Ooh. Did you see Phil sent his picture through the chat?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Where is it under?
It's in the discussion that we're in.
The Discord? Oh, okay. Let me...
Do you want me to PM it to you? Or put it in chat?
I can do...
Because it's really cool and people need to see it.
Copy. Let's see if I can do it like this.
Oh.
Let's see. Save image. Bear with us, folks. We are doing this live.
One of my favorite things. We'll do it live, but it always feels dirty doing a Bill O'Reilly quote. Do it live. Man, no. I'm so excited to see that city and what it means, because we were thinking a little bit like, oh, maybe it's not going to be anything that really interacts with them, but Matt keeps pushing it. He keeps bringing it up again.
Yep, he does. Oh,
Yeah.
did this do it? Oh, gosh. Readjusting the size.
That's fine, that's alright.
And then it's by... Who's it by?
Never draws.
Matt.
There was even some parallels, and I've mentioned this before, how, was it Vex and Vax in Campaign 1 were saying, I don't know what I'm doing with these people. Why am I hanging around with them? Why am I friends with these people? And Matt was thinking, like, just give me half an hour, I'm going to drop 4 dragons on you. They had similar conversations to that today, and they're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Where should we go after this, and what we're going to do? And I was thinking, like, don't tell that to Matt. He'll just drop dragons and evil cities on you. So this city I'm really apprehensive about. I have no idea what it could be, where it's going, but it doesn't bode well. And the worst thing is it doesn't bode well for Caddy. And what's Caddy done to anybody? What has he done to deserve this? He doesn't deserve this focused like attack on him. It's not nice.
He's such a soft, sweet little baby. He needs to be protected.
We have to protect Caduceus.
I'm thinking about Clavies.
At all costs.
This is an awesome picture.
This is an awesome picture. Yasha looks so badass.
It's so clean.
The lightning striking her sword, the wings fully unfurled behind her. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a few of these shots that I've seen of Yasha stabbing a sword or into the ground and almost praying or bowing or what's the word? Don't know, it's late at night and I can't think of words. Yeah, she's subservient. That was the word I was looking for. She's subservient to a greater body, this thing that delivers the power to her, that gives her the power of flight, that gives her the lightning, and gives her ability to fight as well. And I like to see that look in the eyes that says, I owe you something, I'm going to do something for you, but at the end of the day, I want it to be mine. I want to be it to come from me as opposed to come from you. It's a fierce... strong stance that characters take when they realize where the power comes from and where it can actually go to and what they can achieve with it. I really like that. Maybe it's just me imagining that, but I like that look in their eyes.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Immersion.
Oh, no.
We're back.
Well,
Don't worry.
Oh,
Saved. It's alright. It's okay.
It's good. It's on brand.
But yeah,
good point by Tiamat. Yasha does need a new sword. She's had too many.
True.
Because she's got the Magician Judge and Skin Gorgy yet, so yeah.
Time for a new sword.
Time for a new sword.
A legendary sword, like something akin to the Star Razor. That would be cool.
They just what if?
Oh.
No, I just had a stupid thought, but it's not anywhere near related. I was thinking, like, what if they got what's his face? The sword from Campaign 1. I can't remember its name.
Craven's Edge?
Craven's Edge. And then that made me think, that's on a floating city kind of thing in the middle of nowhere.
Uh-oh.
But I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same floating city. That would be weird.
Oh, boy.
I was in, like, a pocket dimension or something, but no.
Yeah. But I think that dimension's only available to the person that cast it. It's not.
Yeah,
anywhere.
I think so. I think it's... No, it was the...
It's Craven Edge. Somebody could get it out if they wanted to, I'm sure.
That'd be cool, though. Get Craven's Edge. There was the Dread Empire's realm. That's it. I couldn't remember the name. Dread Empire. Lady Purple. Yeah. I know it's got nothing to do with Nine Eyes, but I was just like, oh, floating city. Floating city.
Yeah.
Sort of Cass. Yeah, sort of Cass is also kind of a dick. Anyways.
And then
TravelerCon.
And then the next morning, TravelerCon commences in the most chaotic way it possibly can.
Just no organization.
Just no organization at all.
Yeah.
It's just them like gathering in the morning and being like, Yasha, you want to perform something? All right, great. Beth, you gonna introduce me, and then I'll say something, and then Caleb, you do your fancy magic stuff, and we'll just wing it.
Yeah, wing it. Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Pretty
Mm.
much. I got very kind of Keyleth in Dalen's closet vibes from Bo, where she's like, I've got the schedule, like I'm ready to go. Like, what are we doing? Like, who knows what's happening? And I was just like, that's just carrying over between campaigns, that character trait. But it worked out. For the most part.
Yeah.
The morning worked out. It was good. Yasha's music was incredible. Rolling a 5 for that. After all the incredible descriptions of what was happening and like how it looked and the feeling behind it, and then a 5, it's perfect.
It is. But then she was able to pull it back for the second song and put on an amazing performance. I loved the bit of like rivalry or jealousy that the Traveler had for Caleb, who was doing these like extremely impressive magical displays with the butterfly wings, the various programmed images. The Traveler's like, ooh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, look what I can do.
Yeah, look what I can do. Makes her a massive throne. So I thought that was just kind of like a cute little rival moment.
I liked how everybody contributed. At any point, they were just like, "Yep, I cast Featherfall. Yep, I cast Major Image. Yep, I do this." It was all for Jester. It was all for TravelerCon.
Yeah, they made it look awesome.
I also like how while they were talking about what they should do for their for the introduction for TravelerCon, Ford's just like, all right, I'm shooting Eldritch Blast into the air. And she's like, oh, we're doing this now.
Are we doing
it?
Is it now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess it is now.
Yeah. And then he's like, did you want me to do it now? I'm like, wait, we've already done it. So let's go.
We're doing it now.
And goddamn Veth with shooting the gun.
Shooting the gun. Okay, shooting the gun, great idea. And then she said, I shoot it into the stage. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Amazing.
That's on brand as well.
I'm just watching Taliesin in that scene when she's talking about the gun. He's just like,
this is my fault. This is my doing.
Yeah, he gets that every time. I've watched him a few times when Max is describing gun technology, and he's like, "Oh, I did that. I made all of that. How many people am I responsible for killing?"
Yeah.
It's good fun.
It is. It's super funny. Yeah, Tima, this is your legacy, Taliesin Jaffe.
I feel like Jester too. Like I was thinking like Laura's gonna pull up like a script or something and read a prepared speech, but it was still just perfectly Jester of just like, hey, welcome.
Yep.
You know, like it was still
go find some dicks.
Go find some dicks. Go. Like it was.
Yeah.
It's still so perfect.
Nice.
And it's just on theme. Chaos was the theme, so they did it. And then I want to know your thoughts on Veth's prank on Celia.
Her prank. Oh, you mean
I'd completely forgotten about
condemning
the glue.
Celia to hold on to a golden dick for the rest of her life. That's what
I think it's incredibly cruel. I think it's almost alignment shifting.
I thought it was so good.
It was hilarious.
It is hilarious, but it's like only a wish spell can remove this.
Only a wish spell can remove it. So I mean, I think they're perfectly right. She is going to be the big bad guy. She is going to come back and it's like, look what you did to me. She's going to cover them in dicks. They're going to be royally fucked.
I'm also.
That's a great pun. I'm sorry.
The phallus malice.
The phallus malice.
Connor Brown.
Good name.
She's gonna come back with the supervillain name, the phallus malice.
But you do that to somebody, they're not going to remember you well. They're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, I went to TravelerCon. I had such a good time." They're going to be like, "Right, let's raise an army and go and kill these twats." Jester is going to get really so much shit for this, and it's not even her fault. It's Beth.
Yeah.
True.
Man.
Also,
I feel like Matt. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You gonna go?
No, I was just gonna say as a side thing. I'm so glad that we have Chaos Reign as a thing that now
Mhm.
critters in public, when critters recognize each other in public, we can now say that to each other. Like
Yes,
if you
we've got
see
a symbol,
if
a
you see
hand
someone with like a
gesture.
critical role shirt, you can just like call out Chaos Rain to them, and they'll
Yeah.
know exactly what to do. I'm just so glad. I'm so glad we have this now.
Yeah. And you mistake them for a critter, and they're actually not, and they're like, "What the?"
Yeah, and they're like, huh?
One of my friends is actually building a tube that goes behind his head and 2 ears and some rope that goes through it so he can actually do it, and it looks like he's dragging cloth through his head. It just loops around the back of his head. It goes through fake ears.
What? No, is he doing
I'll
like
show
a
you.
rope thing?
Yeah, he's got like a bit of cloth that's bent around the back of his head, going through two fake ears, and he just pulls it backwards and forwards, so it looks like it's going through his real head.
But it looks like he's doing the Chaos Reigns bit.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for a magic trick.
I'll try and find him on Twitter. Hang on.
Here's my magic trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was pretty intense. I thought it was hilarious, and I loved every moment of it. But
Yep.
I was just like, holy shit! Because people have pointed out there are things that can neutralize it, but they're also kind of rare and expensive.
Mhm.
I mean, you could always chop a hand off, or just cut the skin
Yeah,
off. But
that's pretty
still
dark.
A lot of yeah, it's not something they could have fixed for her. I feel like the Traveler probably, but he's not going to. But man,
That's a life-changing event. That you're going to remember that, and you're not going to remember them favorably.
Yeah.
So
I was interested to see if she actually had any powers or what she was talking about, saying like, "Oh, maybe I'll show some of my powers."
Yeah,
But
that
we
was a
didn't quite
little.
get to that.
That was a little
Because
sus.
it was kind of sidetracked by everything else that happened to her. But yeah, I was interested to know if she like actually see this is. It's so great that talks are coming back. It's such a shame we can't ask questions.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that someone asks Matt that like, what was she like? Did she have any powers? Was she kind of just lying, or maybe she thought Sacred Flame was an incredible power? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be just interesting to kind of know what she was like. But she did not really get a chance because she was stuck to a golden dick and other things happened to her.
I didn't
Yeah.
understand Bo's theory of like, oh, grab her, she's going to jump in the volcano, and it's like,
I think Bo
just
did either.
let her jump in. You all hate her. Fucking let her jump.
I don't think
Oh
Bo.
my god.
It's just
She-
like, what's
I
going
think
on?
she thought because she didn't trust the Traveler, and so she could lip read them saying like, "Just trust me, like, do it." And I think she just thought that, oh, she's gonna jump in and it's gonna trigger something, and it's gonna be bad. But the way it played out was just perfect.
So funny. Oh.
Yeah, the running start made it like suspicious.
Yeah. Who runs to throw something? Yeah.
I think she was just really hoping the dick would come off her hand.
Yeah. And then it didn't.
Wow.
Man, that was amazing. Just when she tackles her and then.
But then-
like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Just
everyone's
like-
Did you
like, what
guys?
the?
Did you guys watch it live?
No.
I
No,
was
I know
I
you
was an
can't.
hour
Did you?
late, so I was watching it from an hour behind.
Okay. The bit when the moon came out and he's like, I didn't do that. The chat went absolutely fucking berserk. Thousands
Yeah.
like, oh my god, oh the shit, they're in shit, they're in shit. Roll initiative now. Oh my god.
On my recording, when I was recording myself, that's the moment I freaked out because I was just like, holy, because I was like, okay,
She's got a
moon,
gun.
that's- she's got a gun, yeah. That's great. But no, that was insane. The moon, and we might be skipping some things, but like, oh my god, I freaked out because I was like, okay, what's this? Is it the moon? Is it going to be some kind of evil shit? And then when the chains came out, I was like, is this Tharizdun? Like, what's
Yeah,
going
I was
on?
like, wait, what is happening?
Yeah, I thought it was something the Traveller had released and he'd done intentionally, and he was like, it's not me. And I was like, insight check. Somebody fucking insight check the Traveller right now.
And like, there's like the Planetar, and I was thinking like, I'll post the video of that because I don't cry in it, but it's like, I'm watching going like, oh my god, and then I have a thought of, what if this is the Traveller doing an illusion? And I'm like,
I thought that
I know
too.
what's going on here. And then Cad's like, Drew seeing, and Matt's like, no, it's real. I'm like, oh fuck, it's real. Oh no, this is not good.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Cad is like we're in over our heads.
And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Mm.
This is beyond us.
yeah, and then Jester jumping up to grab onto the Traveler as he's being pulled away. And then Ford going after her.
I like how last episode we were talking about, oh yeah, this Moonweaver stunt would be pretty cool. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think she'd have a problem with it. She had a problem with it.
Yep.
She was not keen with what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is getting. I don't know if it's just me. It is getting very emotional this season. Like every
Yeah.
episode is an emotional, traumatic journey. Whereas last season, you'd have those episodes, but then they'd gradually come out of it, and there'd be some happy moments and some silly moments, and then off they go again and repeat the cycle. But there's been an awful lot of emotion. Like there was emotion last week, there's emotion this week, there's emotion the week before that. I don't have that much left. I want to have some fun, kind of.
Well, I feel like the Mighty Nine are like, not to say they're more emotional, but I feel like compared to say Vox Machina, they're closer as a family in some regard than Vox Machina. Because Vox Machina, I think we've talked about this before, they were very much like, they had even their own little cliques in their group. So like obviously Vex and Vax were close, Grog and Pike were close, Scanlan and Grog were close. They all had like very close one-on-one or two-on-one relationships, or like you know what I mean. Whereas the Mighty Nine feels like a more kind of fucked up but cohesive family.
Yeah,
unit.
it's a family. Tiamat just said.
Yeah, so they I feel like they talk about their emotions more and they work through it. This one, yeah, I thought was kind of emotional, but they worked through it quite quickly. They didn't linger on the emotional distress that this episode caused.
True. But I mean, it's all of like the heartbreak of like you taking away my best friend and
that was so
lack of
sad.
understanding
Anytime
that.
Laura Bailey cries, it's just
Oh
like,
my
fuck.
god,
Yeah.
I know.
Stop making Jester sad, guys.
And now she's like, I love him. I was like, oh, Jester.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
then-
Ford's like you have to let him go. You have to let. It's like,
But
oh, this is
also,
just going to end in
I was
tears.
like, I was like, oh my god, she's gonna get dragged into the Feywild. It's gonna be amazing.
I know. So because I was an hour behind, Kearley in the group chat like put like
Yeah, I
a
saw
million
that.
exclamation points. And
I
so I
was
was like,
like,
okay, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's an hour from now. And it was
I
around
know.
the time that Jester was attached to the Traveler, and I was like, no, wait, is she actually gonna go with the Traveler? But then Tiamat brought up the great point, how like because of this choice that the Traveler made, I am now sold that he really does care about Jester, and there's no malicious intent behind that, because the Traveler saw in that moment how much Jester loves and cares about the Traveler, and Artagan did not want Jester to be punished and burdened with the mistakes that he himself made, and so him pushing her away before she could even make a decision on what she wanted to do was incredible.
Yeah.
Showed the Traveler's true colours.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, like I even got a bit like I got really concerned too when he even said like Artagan has like a single kind of tear rolling down his face. I'm like, ooh, that's like, it's scary to think of something so powerful,
right?
Like so neutered, like so kind of out of control. But
do you think
that was so great? I was so keen for like Jester to be dragged into the Feywild,
Yeah.
and then Ford jumped on. I was like, Ford can go too. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm still good with it.
Yep.
Man.
What were you going to say, Nico? Do you think?
I was just gonna say a quick interesting parallel is that Artagan obviously in this scenario was very caught off guard, maybe scared, maybe actually fearful of having to go back into the Feywild, and seeing that distress on him is kind of similar to how Vokodo was running away from the Astral Sea and running away from this mysterious entity. So I was just wondering if there's like some kind of like was Vokodo once a part of this weird esoteric society and it was running away from it, kind of like how the Traveler is maybe not necessarily running away from the Feywild, but he obviously wasn't too keen on going back.
A bit of Traveler lore, if you don't want to know, mute it for a second, but his whole deal is he was not allowed to leave the Feywild. He was banished from being able to travel to the material plane by the Queen of the Sealy Court. And so him then leaving would have been like directly against her rule. And it's the Fae, like the Sealy and the Unseated Court, they're like, you don't fuck with them sort of thing. Like,
yeah.
They were saying it's like Tatiana and Oberon from Midsummer Night Dream.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he pretty much 100% defied the Queen of the Feywild by leaving the Feywild. And so when they said, we'll take him back to his people to be judged as he should have been, I was like, oh, he's going back to like be maybe executed, like, or to be locked away, which is not him. So I was like, oh man, that's his personal hell to like be to be trapped. Yeah, that's why I think that's like I've always kind of been like, oh, I want him to go to the Feywild, but like the more it came out, I was like, oh, okay, that might not happen just because he doesn't want to go there.
Yeah,
he does not want to go to the Feywild.
If I believe rightly, the contract with Vox Machina was to have a doorway that he could come and go as he liked.
Yeah.
So he can go back whenever he wants. He just needs to go to wherever that doorway is, or summon it. Or...
I'm interested where that doorway might be.
That'd
be cool.
I'm interested to know if Vox Machina are even aware that they released a Fey criminal into their material plane. I mean, I really want to know what Keyleth knows now. Yeah, what her mum told her.
What did Billy describe to because she didn't have any interaction with the Traveller, but she knew about the Traveller Con.
Yeah.
And they would have been calling him Artigan in front of her. Like,
I don't know if they did.
Maybe it might have come up, but I think it's easy enough to think that Villia would have passed on some information to Keyleth. Keyleth just fancy like, where is he?
Yeah,
like, ready to go.
Oh my gosh! Like grabs him by his ear and like pulls him back to the Feywild.
Oh well, I suppose they made the deal. Like they don't have a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, without him, they would have never defeated Vecna. Without that extra 24 hours. Well, they would have done, but Vasselheim would have been lost.
Yeah, that was so.
But then it turned out that this whole, I don't know if it was because of what Jester said and the actions that Artagan took in that place, but then the Moonweaver was like, you know what? Have you learned your lesson? Are you done being a piece of shit? And he's just like, yep. And
I was thinking that too. Was that always the plan, or was that like? But
yeah,
I kind of think because in my head I was like, that's kind of like a little trick. Like they're kind of
that's what I kind of thought too.
Pranked him a bit, but I feel like it might have been the plan. I don't know. It's hard to tell. That would be something for Matt to share.
I think maybe it was the plan because then right after she released Artagan. She turned her attention towards the people and was like, if you do need guidance, if you are lost, there's a place that you can find with me.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the plan all along. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Could be. Yeah.
Still so cool.
Yeah. But it was nice. It was a very humbling moment for Artagan because he was like so embarrassed that as soon as he hit the ground again, he just walked away.
Yeah.
He was gone.
All right. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Oh, and then they had the group hug.
Oh.
And Kelbast was there.
And Kelbast.
He's the best.
Even though Kelbast is Jester's insight check to see if he was actually like some serial killer. That was great.
Oh, Matt's description of him though. Would you like some furniture?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That's one of my favorite moments of just Critical Role in general is when they just feed off of each other in these like hilarious like jokes. And it just gets
Matt's
funnier
excellent
and funnier.
at that.
Yeah.
It's like a GM skill. So you take a little nugget and you make it into a wonderful palace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of palaces, well, I guess we'll get to palaces later.
Ooh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
But then what else happened? So then we had Artigan and Jester's talk about like kind of what.
Where he apologized and he was showing like remorse for his actions.
Like, yeah, and everything kind of went somewhat according to plan. Like,
Yeah, they even talked about that. They were like, well, I mean,
but like, it worked.
yeah.
Yeah, he dumped off all his followers on the Moonweaver, and they had dreams about it, and
Yeah.
it was like, yeah.
That's great.
Didn't happen in as a traumatic of a way that they were expecting, but I mean,
Yeah, man, that was a oof.
mission accomplished.
I was really confused at first when the angel came down. I was like, hang on, how can the Moonweaver be here? She's not allowed to get past the divine gate. What? No, but this is bad. It's not really her. It must be an illusion. And I was like, oh, it's
Well,
one of her
because he was
avatars.
because he described the chains, and then he was doing like the wing sound effects, and I was like imagining an angel. I was like, uh-oh, Tharizdun, Angel of Irons, what is happening? So I was just
And the moon
worried.
as well. The reference
Yeah.
to the moon. Everybody just went berserk at the moon reference. Oh my god, it's the moon. It's here to get forward. They've come back.
There's so many moon references because obviously they're talking about the Moonweaver and like, man, yeah.
Yeah,
there
I've
was
taken
a
down
great
my
conversation
moon
over
video.
Like, the moon is like going down below the horizon. Like, what do you mean there's no moon? Like,
Yeah.
there's not going to be a moon tomorrow night. What? We need that. That was pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah, I got fed up with comments from people saying like, "This isn't the real moon theory. You don't know what you're talking about." It's like, yeah, no, it was made before it was the moon theory. Never mind. I'll just make it
The
unlisted.
moon
Okay, bye.
theory is what is right in your heart. The moon theory is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube comments. What can I
So
say?
really, the moon is a giant egg. So that's that theory.
But how do we feel about the bonus that Jester has on her duplicity, invoke duplicity?
Yeah, nice bargain by Sam. It's like, what the fuck? She just saved you from a god. Do it fucking now.
Yeah.
Teach you in
Yeah.
a bit. It's like, okay, walk with me, Jester. Yeah, I thought that was excellent.
Moment. Like, where then she was also like saying, "Did you apologize?" It's like, yes. And what lesson did you learn?
Yeah.
Not to do it again. Like, yeah, it was peak Veth mum coming out and scolding a child.
She did that. She did the same thing to Bo way back in like episode 3 or 4, when they just killed Calorie and they were taking the kid back to the other side because Bo had knocked out the kid so she wouldn't sing anymore. And Bo was like, "I'm sorry for hitting you with my stick." And Beth was like, "And you'll never do it again."
Yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I loved it. And then they kind of, because individually there were different conversations about what we're going to do next. You know, Caleb, Beth, Yasha, and Bo all had that, and then like Ford and Bo had that conversation. But then they finally were able to sit down in the dome and collectively talk about, like, guys, it's time to actually talk about this. What are we gonna do? So, and like the two things that they brought up is gaining favor with the Cerberus Assembly by doing the jobs that Vestaragna had brought up, and then researching more into this weird entity they had the vision of.
Yeah. Man. But it was just really comforting for them to say, like, yes, these are the things we want to do. This is how we can go about doing it, but let's do it together.
Yep.
I love Travis's like, oh, we're going north? Okay, cool. And they're like, why? Why is that a problem? He's like, no, I really want to go.
Yeah.
He's like super keen to go and explore. The concerning thing there is that's like, there's all kinds of trouble up there for them.
Oh yeah.
Like all kinds of trouble. It's gonna be so dangerous.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
I'm just waiting for Geladon to come back.
Yeah, they're gonna be up that way.
They're gonna be up that way.
Galadon's the big white ancient dragon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ancient white dragon.
No, I think the one that they've all forgotten about is Cupcake Lady.
Isharnai.
Ishana.
Yeah.
That has to come back at some point.
Yeah. They're gonna have like an Avengers Endgame kind of lineup, aren't they? They're gonna have Isharnai there. They're gonna have Geladon there. They're gonna have Dick Lady there.
Yep.
Versus the Mighty Nine.
I've got the list. You want me to go through the list? I've just brought it up because I've just added the
Yep. All right. Here's what the Mighty Nine is going to be facing.
Not fully updated. There's probably some missing. So, Chad, if you think there's any missing, please let me know. So we have Ukatoa, Galadon, Isharnai the Hag, a rock, the Tumble Calves, Alga Diamond, who was the guy they fucked around in Nicodranus with and sent him off to Marquette. All the inhabitants of Eurekator. Serek Fang, the Tabaxi they kicked off the boat. The Plank King. The Schiller. Toya. Vera and Bouldergut. Bodo. Halas. The Chair. Tharazdun. The remnants of the Iron Shepherds. Some of these are jokes. The Nicodranus Water Authority. And Celia is what I have.
Yep.
So, someone's saying Sprinkle as well.
Sprinkle will be the Nick Fury that gathers the evil Avengers against the Mighty Nine. Thank you, Garth McMurray, for bringing that into the world.
Yeah, excellent suggestion.
Sprinkle will definitely be the spearhead.
Sprinkle with an eye patch, and a scar, definitely.
Sprinkle will turn into that character from Ice Age. Ice Age 3, I think. Scrat, yep, that's Sprinkle.
That poor thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, did anybody survive the Iron Shepherds? I thought they killed all of them.
Well, there's probably like some aspects of it still in Shady Creek Run. I know the Muldoons were kind of taking control of the area, but I feel like to some point there might still just be people that are like, hey, my slave trade got fucked up. Maybe not too happy about it.
So who was Oban working for? Do we know?
Oban was working for himself in the sense that he thought he was working for the Angel of Irons. Really, he was working for Tharazdun without knowing it. He thought the Angel of Irons was like an entity.
Right, okay. So it's another Tharazdun plot. I thought it was somebody else. Okay.
Dragon Top. That's a good one. That's a good one to add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a list of people that you don't want to meet again.
Yeah.
No. And it's such a short...
Once.
Yeah.
And that's not even just their enemy. Because, like, obviously Trent's an enemy. Obviously, they've got people... I imagine there's people in the dynasty that don't like them, but these are the people they've specifically pissed off. And have some form of retribution maybe coming. Yeah, I got Vera and Boulder.
Yeah, Vera. I can't wait for Avantika to come back. It's gonna happen. I feel like, that's also gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if it was going to happen, it would have happened when Ford got stabbed. But clearly, Matt has
should be undead.
Ready for that.
Does he?
I feel like Matt has something ready for that because, like, he was going to Dimension Door Ford out of there. He must have had something ready for some confrontation between Ford and Ukatoa. Again, like, I don't see it as like they get out of there, they pull the thing out and just let Ford die in the water. There had to have been some kind of ultimatum from Ukatoa again, like saying, you're going to die right now unless you retake the oath or you retake the pact or something like that. I mean,
I know that Avantika had her neck snapped and she was thrown out of the window, but I thought that was an awfully easy end for such a big character. I mean, she didn't seem to fight that much. She wasn't struggling when he was like grabbing hold. Was she?
She was. He said like scratching at his hands and everything.
I don't know.
I was gonna say I rewatched that episode a lot. It's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite episode of the campaign.
That is a great episode.
The boat fight and everything.
I love the cliffhanger before that. I cast Wall of Fire. Oof.
Yeah.
Because then there was a break. Because then there was a break the next week, so we had to wait even longer to see what happened after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh my gosh. Liam is so good at doing that because then he did that again with the whole beacon in front of the Bright Queen because then we had a break that next week. Ugh.
Big moments.
He knows how to do it.
They're all very talented role players and they've come a long way from the beginnings of season 1 where they were just
they're okay.
Can I do this? Can I do that? Now they know what they can do and they instigate things and they're trying the best to get away with it. And it amuses everybody involved. It's fantastic.
Lynn says Avantika could come back as a Hollow One. She could come back as a Revenant as well.
I was thinking something along the lines of a Revenant, since I would think that her devotion to Ukatoa wasn't completed when she died, and so that would cause her to come back. I would think. But then Vera is also a cleric, so there's resurrection.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much time they're going to spend on the Menagerie Coast now, though. Like, it feels like they're heading up north.
Yeah. If Avantika does come back, it's going to be, like, in a long time.
Or even like
So
one shot.
I may have missed. Caleb kept saying, like, I want to go to our home. They don't actually physically have a home like the Zhor house, do they?
He's talking about the Empire.
The Empire. Yeah, but they don't have a house in the Empire, do they? No, okay. Wasn't sure if they'd been given one by the Empire saying well done or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess they could claim the inn in Trostenwald as their home. Because that's where they met.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Although,
what if
Bo has a room in Zadash, I guess.
True.
Mm.
There is that. I wonder if with all of this talk of Molly and his mysteriousness or whatever, I wonder if they'll try to find Gustav to maybe find more information about Molly.
Yeah, because wasn't there a thing with that where Caduceus did like an insight check on him? He got like a really long whisper and then he never revealed what it was?
Yeah.
Was that something I'm remembering?
No, that's correct.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
There's definitely.
I don't think it wasn't specific to like Molly, I don't think, but it was like he was. There was something not truthful about him. Or there was something
It was something about the gentleman, wasn't it? And they were saying, like Jester was saying, like I need to go back and see my mum and dad and do a mum and dad setup.
Cool Cat makes a good point. Cree might be the better person to talk to because Cree knew Molly.
That too. Yep.
The guy with the blood vials, so they can scry on them.
Yeah.
That would be.
That would be their first. Yeah, that'd be like their first step if they're wanting to know more information about this entity.
Yeah. Justin needs to do the parent trap. I agree. Yeah. Man.
I want to see that. I want to see it happen.
Yeah, I don't think Molly will actually physically come back. I just think there's an unfinished plot thread from his backstory that Matt's expanded into a larger narrative somehow. And I think Taliesin knows about it because that's why occasionally he does those looks at Matt like,
Well,
are you referring to my backstory from Molly, the character that you killed in episode 26?
Here's the thing, though. Molly might not come back, but will Lucian or Nonagon come back?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of.
In which case, it wouldn't be a player character. It would be an NPC.
Right, it would be someone else. Because, like Molly was saying, Molly had no memory of before. Obviously, he could have been lying, but the Molly we knew is not the same Molly that was Lucian or Nonagon.
What if they have to fight Lucian and they have to kill Molly again?
Oh, man.
Oh, that would be epic. That would be fantastic. That would be a really good fight. Yeah.
That would be something.
That would be so sad.
Oh my god, that would be so sad. I don't think I want them to revive Molly if his body is still there. I feel like that would be kind of...
No, too much has happened.
Weird.
They can't.
Yeah.
Is True Resurrection a 7th level? That's the one.
No, that's
the big
9.
one.
No, 9th level.
Resurrection 7th.
Oh, just Resurrection is 7th. Okay. I get my Resurrects mixed up. There's so many.
Well, with 13th level, they now get plane shift, so they can go jumping around all over the place if they want to.
Yeah.
When they go to the Feywild, no problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a good job this time that they've got 2 of them and can do it. So if one of them goes down, it's not the end of the world.
Just don't get trapped in hell. Oof. I still have half palpitations thinking of that scene. I'm God.
That would have been end of campaign.
That was bad.
Yes, you're right. You need tuning forks in order to plane shift. That's the material component.
They can easily get to a lot of different planes. One with Rumble Cusp, and also just Halas has access to the Abyss. Not the Abyss, sorry, the Astral Sea. So they can get some tuning forks done. Whether or not they want to plane shift to the Astral Sea, I don't know.
Probably not, especially with that thing roaming around there.
Why does Matt keep describing the streets of the city in a bendy way? He's done that 3 times now, and he's accentuated each time. It's like bending cobblestones, bending something don't like that. Stop describing that. It's really unsettling.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Talking how it was kind of pulsing and breathing, like it's a living city.
It's
It's not cool.
I don't like it.
Super
I don't
cool,
like
but
it.
it's not cool. Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah,
Not
either
great.
stop mentioning it, Matt, or explain what it is. But don't
Yeah.
just like give us nightmares on a weekly basis.
Yeah, but at least now because they teleported to Eustace Tower, and at least like a very powerful mage is now aware of what this of it and can now do their own research into
Yeah.
it. So glad we have Yusa on our side.
I am really apprehensive about this reliance on teleporting. And they're like, oh yeah, should we just go see? Yeah, let's just teleport. Let's just teleport. Let's just teleport. And I'm fairly sure that one day it's going to bite them in the ass, and that the teleport will be diverted, or there'll be a welcoming party for them, or they'll be just going into a scenario that they're just not expecting. Usually at the end of an adventure, when they're tapped out and they just don't have anything, it could like immediately put them into a very precarious position, and they're getting too reliant on it. That's the bit that I'm concerned about. They're not saying like, okay, we'll wait till the morning and then we've got all of our spells back and then we'll go back. They're like, yeah, let's just go now. They're not thinking of like, we could be going into battle, so do we want to do something about that? Or
I think so far with their teleporting, most of the places they've gone to are safe, or like they know that they're safe.
yeah,
I think
you'd expect them to be safe, but
most of the times they teleport with, like, say, Essek, they do it after a long rest. So I feel like they're not going to be like, oh well, let's not teleport to Eustace Circle in case it's unsafe. Let's sail for 3 weeks on the sea instead. I think they're going to do it regardless.
yeah, I agree. But they're not prepared when they do it. They do it at the end of the day. They do it as an afterthought. They're just like, yeah, let's just teleport home. Caleb, draw the circle. Yep, come. They're not actually planning ahead. It's a traditional player mistake. It's like, yeah, nothing's going to happen. It's fine. The games master's not going to trip us up with an assassin party waiting for us outside the teleport circle. Also, I've mentioned this before, the circle that you draw on the ground, the spell component, the ink or the chalk that you use is consumed by the spell. But does it leave the address on the floor for somebody else to come along and go, oh, that's where you went. Thank you very much. No?
It does.
It's not like a URL that you can just type it in.
Yeah, I think because the chalk is the component, so it gets used when when the spell activates.
But does it not burn it into the stone or the wood or leave something? There's no way to... Okay.
That would ruin the clandestine nature of teleportation circles. It would just be teleportation circles everywhere, burned to the ground.
Yeah, or it'd be a special skill for spies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be a cool picture of like class somewhere, like being able to see parts. But that'd be few and far between, I think.
Yeah.
When they'd be used.
Be like an advanced counter spell, basically determining what kind of spell they're casting as they're.
But who wants to randomly jump from a teleportation circle that you don't know where it goes?
Good point.
Ford would do it. Ford would do it. Yep.
Yeah, Ford. Yeah. Oh, look, shiny thing.
Oh, look, a red button.
Yeah. Look how we all got that at the same time.
Yeah. Who would do
that? I love
that?
watching Travis's reaction to that. When I've watched that a few times, gone back. I like watching Travis's reveal moments, like when he revealed Vilna's leg. Laura got it, and she was like, "Oh my god, she's got the leg!" And Travis was like, "Oh, what? Oh, she's got the leg!" It was like a gap of at least 4 or 5 seconds of like processing time.
Man,
super excited for the things to come. Anything else in the episode that we might have missed?
Good stuff, like just bits with Orly, I guess.
Ah, yes.
There was loads of little bits around the edges. Yeah, there were so many like little mini stories here and there, little tangents that they went off on.
It felt pretty quiet after the actual event. Like it definitely felt like the day after a big party.
Yeah,
it was just like, oh, all right, go home. Like you wake up and half your friends have already left, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yep.
I think it was a little bit of an anticlimax. I think we'd built it up to such a hype level, and after waiting for so long due to COVID and things, that I was a bit like, oh, is that it? It's over? They're going home? Oh, but
I think it was, if anything, I was 100% on board with it. Like I thought it was great, but I think if any anticlimactic aspects was because it was overhyped. I feel like in game they hyped it a respectable amount.
Yeah, obviously didn't go according to plan for the Traveller. But it was after that Moonweaver bit. I mean, I was expecting something more dramatic, and it's like, oh, the Moonweaver kind of let him off. You're like, okay, fair enough, but can we not?
I was, because like I said, I was so on board with like, oh yeah, Jester and the Traveler going to the Feywild, but at the same time I was like, oh, that's going to be another arc of them going to the Feywild, which like I'm not saying I want the show to end now, but I'm just like, I want them to like, do some Caleb stuff, and I want them to go to Icecross. I was like, this is going to be another thing on the list of things to do. Go to the Feywild, rescue them. So I was a little bit like happy that didn't happen.
That bit where Jester said, like, maybe he can join the Mighty Nine, and like as one, they all went, no, and not like we don't like your friend.
Yeah.
Just dead straight. I thought it was excellent.
Beautiful.
Fun episode.
Yeah.
Super fun episode.
Do we have any crazy tinfoil hat theory? Okay, hold on. First, we have to address the elephant in the room. We were wrong about Vandarin.
I didn't even think of that.
Vandarin never appeared on Rumblecusp. We were wrong.
Well, he didn't appear on Rumblecusp. It doesn't mean he wasn't there.
True.
Yeah,
all right.
He wasn't
true.
Of the Traveler. It wasn't like TravelerCon. He could still be on the little island that they didn't get to. But he could have also been lying that he wasn't on an island at all. We don't know.
Yeah, he's on the little island.
I mean, we didn't put much stock into that theory. We weren't like 100% on board with that theory, so it's okay that it didn't.
Yeah, it's fine.
We can be wrong. We're allowed to be wrong.
Yep.
We just have to acknowledge our mistakes and learn from them.
Not at all. He's still there. I just didn't see him.
But yeah, I mean, now with like they have a few different options of what they can do. Do we have any crazy tinfoil hat theories of what could happen?
Well, not so much crazy tinfoil, but I think we've talked about how like we think they're going to do a catch up with a bunch of people. So and a little time in Nicodranus, maybe go to the Jaw House, catch up with Essek, and then I think the next main thing will be to go to Icecross because
or go to maybe Rexentrum to get in contact with Vestaragna, or even just send a message to her, I guess.
But I think that's probably going to be the next step. But again, not crazy theory, but someone said they hope that now they're in Nicodranus, they go to the lighthouse. How cool would it be if Ford swears his oath in the Melora lighthouse?
Oh wow!
Because they've not really addressed the lighthouse much, but it is like a massive shrine of Wildmother. That'd be the perfect place for him to. Didn't
he get sent away from there? They tried to get in, and he just went, "No, shoo, go away."
No, it was like an old caretaker lady who was a bit like curmudgeon-y, but they're fine. They can get in. I don't think he's tried since he's been associated with the Wildmother.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It'd be a good point.
I can definitely see this next episode just being like a chill, relax episode of them just meeting up with old friends and all that stuff. Nice. But Cool Cat brings up a very interesting point. Caleb going to Rexingstrom without his anti-scry. If we start this Caleb arc now with Vestaragna and Trent and all those people, he doesn't have his anti-scry anymore, so they can now keep tabs on Caleb a bit easier. So
but
I guess
maybe they've tried to scry on him so many times and failed that they won't try.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there's no point trying because we can't get through.
That's right. Yeah. He does still have it. He's just not wearing it. So he does have the option.
I think something will have changed in their absence. They've been traveling quite a while with the Dragon Turtle and TravelerCon and everything that's happened. It's been a good month or so, isn't it?
No, it's since the peace accords. It's been like just over a week. Because it was
the journey to TravelerCon took a week, didn't it? Just to get from the peace accords to, because he was saying like day 1 passes, day 2 passes.
Well, yeah, but then they've only been on the island for like
a week.
They fast forward, so it's probably only been like 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, I reckon.
But then there's the voyage of the fleet to get to where it met, so they left them Port de Molly.
But I mean, like, since the peace accord, it took them it took them like, yeah. Oh, so you think something could have happened on the Menagerie Coast?
I think something could have happened anywhere on the world in those 2 weeks. At the end of the war, the peace accords, there could be a faction that have said like, no, we're not going to go with you, and they've wiped Zadash off the map or something. There could be some world-changing event waiting to be revealed.
Yeah.
No?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like 2 weeks is a really short time, but that'd be cool if that had happened.
Well, Matt always said it's like this campaign will involve things happening in the world, and no matter what you do, those events will still happen. So you will have to live with the ramifications of either acting with the events or not acting with the events, but you're still going to be in that world with things happening.
That's like their heartbreaking conversation of like, what would have happened if we'd gone to Feldwind early? And he's like, well, you probably would have been here when the attack happened. You might have been able to stop the attack.
Yeah.
Like, ah!
Yeah, it would have been a completely different story, which is crazy. And Tiamat brings up a cool point that we're 7 weeks away until the Mighty Nine have been together for a year. And they have done quite a bit in a year. They've gained 13 levels in a year. They've gotten quite powerful, experienced so much, gone through so much. Crazy.
Can we talk about, with their level up, how Bo now has the ability to understand and speak any language?
Really?
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let me bring it up.
Bo is a genius.
Yeah.
Bo's a genius. She kicks ass.
Reading. She can lip read anyone that she
she's OP.
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, Tongue of the Sun and Moon. Starting at 13th level, you learn to touch the key of other minds so that you understand all spoken languages. Okay, she can't speak it, but she can understand. Well, I don't know. Understand makes me feel like she could speak it. Moreover, any creature that that can understand a language can understand what you say. There you go. So yeah, and she can read lips, so she can literally.
What does it cost a key point?
Nope, it's just a feature of being a 13th level monk. Yeah, she can just read everything.
I can't wait for Caleb to describe the mansion for the first time.
Yes. Is he gonna take it? Because I know he said he's always wanted it, but that was so long ago.
They've been in a dome for so long. It'd be nice if he could just like, yeah, welcome to my mansion. Fuck the dome. Sleeping on the floor.
Definitely taking teleport because he roleplayed the idea that he's taking teleport.
Yeah.
But I don't know, what other cool wizard 7th level spells are there that he might take instead of
How many can he initially choose from? 2?
He can take 2 every time he levels up. So he might not even take 2 7th level, but they're 7th level spells.
Yeah,
cool.
Simulacrum is one of the...
Simulacrum? That's expensive though, I think. Delayed Blast Fireball, which is
could see that.
Very Caleb.
Page is really cool. Finger of Death, which is a lovely throwback to the first campaign.
Yeah, nasty.
Prismatic
Almost killed one of the players with that.
Prismatic Spray is amazing. Reverse Gravity.
Oh.
There are some fun ones that they could take.
Oh, I wonder if there's some interesting... See, this is why they got to go back to Essek. I want to unlock some high-level Dunamancy spells.
But what are the high-level Dunamancy abilities? I mean, is there anything beyond, like, Echo Knight and...
Yeah.
What is it?
From the guide, there was a whole bunch of new spells that were introduced as well. That kind of like...
So what's the highest Dunamancy spell that we know of? Do they have like a level 9 Dunamancy spell, or does it not go that high?
Let me try and find one sec. Dunamancy
Chronomancy and Graviturgy.
Yeah, they're the 2 fields of Dunamantic magic. So they're the 2 schools of magic if you want to be a Dunamantic wizard. So there's 2 level 9 spells. There's Ravenous Void and Time Ravage. But there is also one at level 7. Level 7 spell is Tether Essence.
But hang on, what's Time Ravage? That sounds fantastic for a GM.
Time Ravage. You shatter... what's that? Oh no, wrong one. Time Ravage. It's Necromancy. Technically a magic spell. You target a creature you can see within range, putting its physical form through the devastation of rapid aging. The target must
shit.
make a Constitution saving throw or take 10d12 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a success. If the save fails, the target also ages to the point where it only has 30 days left before it dies of old age.
Oh my god.
The target has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, and its walking speed is halved. Only the Wish spell or the Greater Restoration cast with a 9th level spell slot can end these effects and restore
My
the
god. That's fucking evil.
Yo, he's gonna do that
I'm
to Trent.
definitely going to use that.
He could do that to Trent, but then Trent has 90 days to get a Greater Restoration.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a 9th level Greater Restoration, there's not many people that can do that.
Yep.
Oof.
Wow.
It's cute.
I'm excited to see all of these new 7th level spells. This is when things get super spicy and fights can get pretty dangerous, because now Matt's gonna have to throw some pretty significant foes at them if he wants to keep combat exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but there's been so many cool and interesting fights already.
True. See the T-Rex fight that we had.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have any magic wielders in it. It doesn't have anybody that naturally heals. It's just big, strong things that they just hit a lot.
That's true.
FMA245 just said Veth can also have access if she picks it to Phantom Steed.
Oh gosh.
That would be amazing. That'd be such a fun choice.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah. Fighting.
Bloody hell.
But is there anything else? Is there anything else in this episode? Anything else we want to predict?
I'm sure
what is to
there
come?
Man, it's at that kind of crossroads point. Like, I think we've got a good idea of what they want to do, but whether or not that actually happens or not is the thing.
And we gotta start to think, like, now with Traveler Con over, and then their ideas of this investigating this entity and gaining favor with the Cerberus Assembly, we're like entering like the 60% point in the campaign, where it's like they're now entering, like, I wouldn't say like end game level story arcs, but like we're getting there.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the end. We're almost.
Like,
I wonder if Matt's. Sorry, go on.
There you go.
No, I was just gonna think out loud. I wonder if Matt is already thinking about the next campaign and starting plot threads or story arcs like Vilna. Has he planned something in this adventure that he's like, oh yeah, I'll use that in the next campaign? Don't know.
Maybe.
Oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I don't want this campaign to end, but
I know, but it's like Lynn's saying, we're definitely over halfway now at this point.
Like,
Totally.
Like Marisha was saying though, like when they leveled up to level 13, I think it was Marisha, but she was saying, "Oh, this is where we get the good shit. This is where the campaign starts." Not starts, but like this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
From this point on, they're like superhero kind of level almost. Yeah, you're not just like a person with a stick trying to hit some goblin in a cave.
Yeah,
they are significantly powerful.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, like, if there was a level equivalent for, like, say, Essek or for Yusa. Like, I get that Yusa's probably like old, but what kind of, if he had to have a level, I wonder what level he would be if he is supposedly.
He has to be like 17 plus, I would imagine.
Yeah. Like Alora is like.
You said the wizard in the tower.
Yes, the gold dragon. Yes.
Yeah, the gold dragon. Yep.
Yeah, which I felt was like pushed again, because he made a comment. He said, like, I'm not much of a social creature, which I know is like a saying.
Yeah.
People say they're not a social creature, but the way he said it, I was like,
I caught that too. I was like, oh, because you're a dragon.
You're a dragon. But yeah, no, there's like so many powerful spellcasters out there. Matt could be trolling us, Lynn. That's very true.
He could be.
But
it was also the way he asked about the city, and he's like, "Oh, what about it? Maybe we could do some research." And I was like,
I thought his initial reaction to Eyes of Nine, I thought, oh, he knows something about this.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It wasn't just like, no, never heard of it, but we can look into it. It was like,
Yeah.
Never trust a mage. They never tell anybody the whole truth.
True. They always have to have an advantage.
Yeah.
Which is why maybe there's still something that Caleb hasn't told us yet. Something that he's held back this whole time.
Real name.
I think... Well, okay, who do you think's backstory we've completely explored? Veth?
Yeah, backstory?
I'd say Veth is like... I mean, somebody said earlier on in the chat, it's like, I'll pay good money for Veth to be retired and Sam to roll a new character. I presume they don't... They think Veth is concluded. But Veth, I agree. The backstory's more or less been done. There's not much there.
She's got an interesting future story. Like, her choices are going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah. But her backstory is kind of dumb. She's found a son. She's got her body back. Done. Bo, not done, because she hasn't resolved her father's issue with the hag. That was left unresolved. Ford, undone, because he hasn't Ukatoed. Yeah. Caleb, undone. Jester, done, undone. We'll have to wait to see.
I feel like there's still more story threads with her mom and dad that can be explored.
But it's backstory fluff. It's not really like end of the world. It's not going to be like end game material.
Well, not end game, but like still a part of her backstory, because the thing she was looking for as her quest, as her story hook, was to find her father. So she still doesn't have that kind of full relationship with him.
Yeah, true.
But
lots of juicy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited that this is the closest we've been to kicking off Caleb's story arc that we've ever been. Because before it was just like theories like, ooh, when's it going to happen? But now it's like it's on the table. The party is talking about it. And now we might actually get Caleb's arc.
Let's do it.
I am so excited. But if we have nothing else to say about this episode, this feels like a good place to wrap up on that exciting note of what is to come. So much mystery. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. This discussion of TravelerCon with our green attire, my green screen, Alana's cloak. I am so excited to see what is to come. Thank you all for joining us in chat. Thank you all so much for joining us who's watching this on YouTube or on our various places that podcasts are available. This is super awesome. Love doing it every week. Do either of you have any announcements?
No, nothing from me.
Anything coming up? Hit Dice Heroes is coming back next
week. Yeah, so we've taken just a little bit of time off, but we're super keen to get back into it next week. So we'll remind you again next week after What the Sheet. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. There might be some more stuff this coming week for Hit Dice Hangout. So if you saw last week, we did some mini painting, which was really, really fun.
T-Rex.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that.
No, it's all good. I'm gonna grab the VODs and put them up on the YouTube. I just haven't gone around to it yet. But yeah, they were a lot of fun. If you like mini painting, come and hang out. I might just do another mini painting because that was just a lot of fun. And I've got too many minis to get through, so it's a good excuse to start painting some of them.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on our socials for those sorts of things. But
yeah, be sure to check it out. Again, thank you all so much for joining us. And with all that being said, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.